Welcome everybody. TC Fit Trainer Michelle here. I've got two people in the studio for me today, Mike and Kaylin. Welcome to Sue and everyone else joining me out there in virtual land. We are on stretch and core today. Everything is going to be on the floor. This is all about your comfort zone and working to your body's ability. So do not hesitate to adjust. Some exercises may be difficult, but it should never be painful. Go ahead and roll or take your body to a quad position. So we are going to hands and knees. Take a couple of seconds here to notice, are your shoulders directly over your wrist? Are your hips directly over your knees? Is that comfortable? Do you need to adjust? We can go to fist here, or you can always take it down to the elbows as well if needed for your hands. Go ahead and give me a yoga cat, arching the back, tucking the chin, and then exhale, yoga cow, drop that belly to the floor. We're gonna do this a few times today, a few different sets. So just three movements right here. So that's two. Bring the back up, that gentle squeeze of the abdominal wall, and then release to neutral. Tuck the toes underneath, lift from the tailbone, really reaching the hips towards the ceiling, downward facing dog if you're familiar with your yoga poses. Go ahead and march the heels. Feel that gentle stretch through the calf muscles, the soleus and the gastrocnemius. And then slowly dropping the knees down to the floor. Right leg, hip circles, draw the knee in towards the chest, out wide. They call this the fire hydrant. You can imagine why. Kick that leg back, bring it in close. So 4 big circles on the right leg, working at your own pace. Once you hit that 4 repetitions, go ahead and reverse the motion on the right leg. Kick back, out wide, knee into the chest, towards the floor. We get 4 rotations this direction. And then comfortably setting the right knee to the floor. Returning to your cat-cow, arch the back, tuck the chin, exhale, release. This gives you a chance to check your breath. Inhale, tuck in, exhale, release, belly drops to the floor. One more set, all the way up. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades, all the way down. And then returning to neutral, we have our hip circles on the left leg. Draw the knee in, out, extend back, and down. Counting your own repetitions, again, working at your own pace. This is our warm-up and our range of motion, a little bit of mobility exercise, lubricating that hip joint. Once you complete your 4 circles, we reverse, kick that left leg back, out to the side, in towards the chest, and then towards the mat. 4 big circles here. We're off to a great start. Bring that left knee to the floor. Go ahead and take this into your yoga cat-cow. Arch that back up. Again, working at your own pace. 3 sets here. Try to slow that breathing down, that inhale, exhale. That'll help slow your movements down. And then tuck the toes, lead with the tailbone all the way up. March the heels. Little calf stretch. I forgot this one on the second set. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the floor. And taking it at your own pace, rolling your body to a supine position. So we're on our backs here. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. You may even choose to tuck the chin slightly. Arms relax. We are thinking about our lower body, pressing the heels into the floor. You may even want to bring the toes up. And we're going to press into the floor with those heels, lifting our hips into our hip bridge. It's okay to feel the hamstrings work, but I want you to feel the glutes firing. Squeeze those glutes towards the midline. Minimize the pressure on the shoulders, returning towards the mat, but not actually resting. Exhale up to the top. So again, working at your own pace with the hip bridge. This class is core and stretch. Our next 10 minutes are going to be focused on that core strengthening. I'll try to give you different levels so you can find what works for you. Core muscles count for everything from our shoulders to our hips. Right now we're focusing on those posterior glutes. If you're looking for more intensity, go ahead and hold at the top of the motion. We have 15 more seconds with our glute bridge. Again, working at the pace that's best for you. My advanced exercisers are holding at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, controlled release all the way to the floor. Squeeze one knee in, then the second knee. You may choose to rock side to side. And then kick those legs up, drawing your body up to a seated position. We're moving into our cradle. Shoulder blades drop down and back. I like hands out in front. You may also choose to hold the thigh or cross along the chest. Holding steady in that V position. Feeling those abs work. If you want more intensity, option to lean back a little further. Little muscle shake is okay. Pain is not, but work is good. Also the option to bring the feet up off the floor. So choosing what's best for you. My advanced exercisers may choose to extend and pull it back in. We are going for 30 more seconds here. So choosing what's best for you. If you need that slight break, feet on the floor, return to your seated position, and then you can lower back down into your V-sit or your cradle hold. 15 seconds, you're doing great. We move very quickly from our warm-up into the real work here, so you should feel like your body temperature has increased. I might get to lose the vest today too. 4, 3, 2, feet on the floor, roll your body all the way down. And we are taking this into our glute bridge. 30 seconds here. So my advanced exercisers are going to go single leg for 4, 3, 2, keep the hips raised, switching legs. My beginners are out there doing double leg. My advanced exercisers are pushing through that single leg, feeling that hamstring and glute fire. 2 more here. Everybody takes the hips to the floor. One knee in for a knee hug, second knee in, option to rock shoulder to shoulder. And when you're ready, kick those legs out into our cradle. We have 30 seconds here, so a little more intensity this time because the duration is shorter. So go ahead and join me with that extension and that draw in. Whew. I did pull some light weights today. My advanced exercisers can choose to use those light weights for most of these exercises, either in the hands or across the chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Relax, grab some water if you need it. We are rolling to our sides. New exercises coming up here. We are going to begin with our hip clamshell. So I've stacked my hips. For me right now, my right side's on the floor and left side is on top. Just make sure those are stacked and your belly button is pointed straight forward. Advanced exercisers may want to rest a weight on the thigh. It's not, we're not going to hold it with the hand. We're just going to make sure that it doesn't roll away. We take that top leg up and squeeze. Hip clamshell. Should start out easy. If you start to feel that little work in the glute, those deep hip rotators, you know you're doing it correctly. My advanced exercises make it to the top and give it a little squeeze. What we don't want to do is roll onto our back. So keep those hips stacked. This is going to be our level 1 exercise. So you can return to this level 1 exercise at any time in the next minute. My advanced exercisers are going to move into the obliques. We actually pull this up onto the elbow, move the feet forward a few inches, and we're taking this into an oblique side crunch. Similar to that hip clamshell, I don't want you rolling onto your tailbone or onto your back. Try to keep that belly button pointed straight towards the wall in front of you. Woo! You guys are good. I thought I was taking it up a notch today, but I think we're going to have to go even a little harder next week. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So we start with the hip clamshell. Stack the hips one on top of the other. Option to add the weight here. Lift that top knee, rotating the hip and dropping slow towards that starting knees stacked position. Squeeze that glute at the top. If you're not using the weight, you may choose to even touch right that posterior hip. Feel those deep hip rotators start to work for you. Everybody's on the same exercise for the next 10 seconds. My beginning exercisers may choose to stay here. And for my advanced exercisers, we're going to go ahead and move into our side oblique crunch. So stacking that elbow under the shoulder, feet come forward about 6 inches. Reach, feel that squeeze in the obliques and lower. This is not about momentum, it's about control. Whew. Good work. We're hitting about 10 repetitions here, so halfway. Two more. And release. Great job. Everybody together rolls to their prone position. We're taking this into a prone plank. Level 1 is going to be knees to elbows. It looks like this. Level 2 takes that up to the toes. Level 3 is going to take this up to hands and toes. Find the level that works best for you. Everybody's squeezing those glutes together, squeezing those knees towards the midline, tucking the shoulder blades into the back pocket, and thinking about their head and neck. It's a nice long extension from our spine, so we're not looking towards our toes. We're not looking towards the wall in front of us. We're looking about 6 to 12 inches in front of our fingertips. And take a short break, 5 seconds here. For my advanced exercisers, we're going to pull over a dumbbell and we're going to do a pull over each side. I'll show you what that looks like. Everybody chooses the level of prone plank that feels best for them. Advanced exercisers move that weight to the right side with the right hand. The left hand goes underneath, pulls that weight to the left side, and we continue. Stabilize through the midsection around the waist like you tightened up your belt. We're not rocking side to side. Advanced exercisers stick with that. My beginners, again, you can be down on this elbows to knees. It really is all about the right level for your body. You want to be working, but doing the exercise correctly. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, take the belly to the floor, relax the lower body, draw the elbows in close, a gentle back extension so eyes come up. Keep the pelvis glued to the floor. We want to feel that gentle stretch through the front, through the abdominal wall. A little relaxation through the back, no pinching. Option to pull those hands in towards the chest and extend. Choose what works best for you. We have 10 seconds remaining on this little stretch break. Then we're back to our core strength. Go ahead and release to the floor. We're into our superheroes, our supermans, or superwomans. Level 1 keeps the eyes or the hands under the eyes. Level 2 extends the hands out overhead. Level 3 can take one or two weights. You don't have to grab 3 weights, that would be confusing, and choose the level that works best for you. Then we go ahead and lift, feel that squeeze in the low back, release towards the floor. We get close to the mat, we feel the mat, but we're not resting, we're already lifting back up, and release. Play around with that weight a little bit. Feel what challenges you. Do you extend it out overhead? Do you keep it in close to the forehead? Your choice. We lift, squeeze, release. Lift, squeeze, release. 2 more here. Last one. And we return to the floor. Option to do this next exercise with weights or with just your body weight. Hands are down at your sides, palms are up, lower body relaxes. We lift the shoulders off the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and release. Try to keep your head low. We tend to want to lift all the way through the upper body. I want you to really focus on that shoulder blade. Squeeze and release. We have a tendency throughout our day to move fast, always going to the next thing. Where can we gain a few more seconds? How can we get more done? But with our strength training and our exercise, we want to slow it down. We want to know we are doing the exercise correctly. We want to feel that muscle contraction versus just using momentum. 2 more. Squeeze and release. Great job. Go ahead and roll to your back. Choose whatever level is best for you or best way to move to your back position. Full body stretch, reaching the hands overhead, pushing the toes away. And we're in no rush. We still have about 7 more minutes of stretching. So you're welcome to stay in this position. Or when you're ready, release the arm stretch. We're taking the right leg up towards the ceiling. Don't force it. You want to start to feel that stretch through the hamstrings. It's okay to grab for the thigh, not the knee. Gently drawing in. If you're feeling extremely tight in those hamstrings, even getting to this position is tough today, the resting leg, the left leg, can be bent. So this is your modification. If you're feeling extra flexible and that nose is coming all the way towards your face and you're like, Michelle, I need more intensity, I want you to think about the resting side. Really press that left knee towards the floor, toes towards the ceiling. That's going to isolate the work on the right side. Relaxing the shoulders. We're not trying to create tension while we stretch. Find your breath. Go ahead and flex the toes towards the nose. Then press to the ceiling. Nose, ceiling. We're going to take this right leg, cross the right ankle over the left knee for our hip cradle. Option to stay here, feeling the stretch on the right hip, or option to thread the needle here, grabbing the left thigh, gently drawing in. I'm also going to show you one more advanced option for this stretch. We take that right knee, that stretchy side, we cross it over, we really tuck those thighs together, and then we rotate to the left side. So you're actually using your left leg to kind of pull your body over. Again, this is advanced move, so don't feel like you need to be here. Just giving you options. It's okay to come back to that hip cradle. We release slowly, both feet to the floor, knees to the floor, and we're going to complete those same stretches on the left side. So left leg goes up, heel towards the ceiling. Okay to grab the thigh here, feeling the stretch through the hamstrings. We're using our arms and our hands to assist. We're not creating that tension. we actually want to say, hey, this is how my body feels today, and this is great. Whether I'm here or I got my toes touching the floor overhead, that's what's best for you today. And that's exactly right. You have the option here again to bend the resting leg. That'll give you a little release. Or on that resting side, make sure those toes are straight towards the ceiling. On the left leg, we're all gonna go ahead and flex the toes towards the nose and then extend toes to the ceiling. Draw it in, push away, draw it in, push away. Good. Left ankle crosses over the right knee for our hip cradle. Option 1 stays here. Option 2 threads the needle, grabs that right thigh. Again, feeling the stretch on the left. My advanced stretchers are going to go ahead and rock those knees or loop those knees together and rotate towards your right side to feel the stretch on the left hip. Lots of glutes and hips in today's class. I'll make sure I put that in the title so you know if that's your target point, you can come back to this class in the future. Everyone releases, returning feet to the floor. Knees are bent, so you're finding this comfortable position. Hands go out wide to your T if you have that space. We're gonna torso rotate side to side, so knees rock to one side. Pause. Feel that mobility as your body then rotates all the way through to the other side. Pause, take a note of how you feel. Is this easy? Is it a little tougher as you rotate through to the other side? Yes, our legs are moving, but this movement is really coming from our thoracic spine, that mid-spine area. And last time, all the way through. And we bring those knees back to center. Go ahead and grab one knee and then the other. Option to go ahead and rock shoulder to shoulder. When you're ready, everyone's joining together in a seated position. Choose what works best for you. So if you like your legs crossed, great. If you want one out, you want both out, that is your choice. Choose what feels best there. And we're gonna go ahead and sit tall. I like to say string from the top of the head. It was recently coached to me as well as thinking about those occipital bones at the back of your skull. That's your draw point. It gives you that gentle chin tuck. We open the arms. Feel that gentle stretch across the chest and the pecs. Drop those shoulders away from the ear. And we're gonna take both hands rotating through to your right side. So we rotate through, choose what works best for you. We don't have to overdo this. I just want you to find your comfort zone with that rotation. With your exhale, we cross all the way past center over to the left side. With your next exhale, pull back to center. Take the hands up overhead, lock the fingers, push the palms towards the ceiling. You're welcome to stay in the central position or go ahead and tilt towards your right, feeling the stretch through the left side of the rib cage. With your exhale, we go all the way up over and through to the left side, feeling the stretch on the right. Try to keep the sits bones on the floor. I can feel my body wanting to be pulled by my hands. We want both hips to stay center. Pull yourself back to the middle. Drop the hands down. Pull those shoulder blades down. Goalpost position. You're welcome to stay here or lower the hands. Choose what feels best for you as long as you're opening through the chest. Tucking that chin. Remembering that strings helping you sit or stand tall. And we release any tension, any stretch here. We drop those fingertips towards the floor, create that connection with the ground, feel that energy. You may choose to close your eyes here as we take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Working at your own pace with this breathing. Think inhale and then lengthen that exhale. If you want to count, try for 4 on the inhale and 6 on the exhale. And slowly bringing those eyes back up, welcoming yourself back into the room. Thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot tell you how fast 25 minutes goes for me. I very much welcome feedback. I want to do the class that works best for you. So let me know what's working. If you want more core, you want it to be tougher, you let me know. We can make that happen. Or if you're like, this is just where I want it, I like hearing that too. So we'll see you soon. Have a great Thursday.